Chapter 021 Master is injured. I am a serious master. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chen Daoxian almost blushed as he watched her take out the jade bottle from her wrapping clothes. Dang even shook his head and threw away the distracting thoughts, constantly reminding himself, she is your disciple. But after taking the jade bottle, Chen Daoxian felt that it still had a cool temperature and a milky fragrance. Chen Daoxian only felt a little hot. For a while, thoughts ran through my mind. Master, why are you bleeding? Master, are you okay? Leng Yanran, who had lowered her head and did not dare to look at the master, turned red with embarrassment, but suddenly she saw a few drops of bright red blood falling on the ground. Leng Yanran was suddenly startled, and without caring about anything else, she raised her head and asked quickly with concern. It's okay. I drank too much Enlightenment tea and got a little angry. Only then did Chen Daoxian come to his senses. He raised his hand to wipe his nosebleed, pretending to be calm, suppressing the heat in his body with a thought. I see, it seems that although this Enlightenment tea is a sacred item, you can't drink too much of it. With the strength of an immortal like Master, his nose bleeds from drinking. No wonder Master brewed the Enlightenment tea into such a big pond to dilute it, right? Master is indeed a careful person. Leng Yanran didn't have the slightest doubt about Master's words, and she even felt sorry for Master's action of soaking the Enlightenment tea into the spiritual pond. If Chen Daoxian knew what he was thinking, he wouldn't know what the difference would be. This apprentice is sensible. After Chen Daoxian coughed twice to relieve his embarrassment, he stopped explaining too much and opened the milk-scented jade bottle in his hand, and a strong red fragrance suddenly overflowed. He took out a marrow-cleansing pill and threw it into the spiritual pool, then capped the jade bottle and handed it to Leng Yanran. After Leng Yanran took it, he hesitated for a moment, and then put the jade bottle back in its place in front of him. What are you doing? Chen Daoxian couldn't help but be dumbfounded. His disciple's method of storing pills was quite unique. Reporting to Master, the pills given by Master are too precious. Only in this way can the disciples rest assured. Leng Yanran was afraid that the Master would misunderstand something, so she quickly explained. That's it. That's all, as long as you're happy. Now the Enlightenment tea and the marrow cleansing pill are added to this spiritual liquid. Go down quickly and take a good soak to absorb the essence. It will definitely improve your level a lot. Chen Daoxian nodded slightly, but he couldn't help but think in his heart, what if he rewarded her with a few more bottles of pills in the future? Can it be installed? But my disciple is indeed not small, so he should be able to install a lot. Ah! Isn't it for drinking? Master wants his disciples to take a bath in this spiritual pool. Unexpectedly, when Leng Yanran heard his words, she was startled and opened her mouth in disbelief. Her cute appearance did not match her figure at all. This pool of spiritual liquid alone is already a priceless treasure. It also contains a divine item that can make people realize enlightenment, Enlightenment tea. There is also a marrow cleansing pill given by the Master. Nowadays, it is no exaggeration to say that this pool of spiritual liquid is the most precious treasure of heaven and earth in the world. But the Master didn't let her drink it, but let her take a bath directly. Isn't this a bit too extravagant? For drink? Of course not. If you use such a big pool for drinking, it will strangle people to death. Anyway, it's absorbed. What's the difference between drinking it or soaking it? How could you have such an outrageous idea? Chen Daoxian couldn't help but be startled when he heard his disciple's words. How could such a large pool of spiritual liquid be used for drinking? The two of them looked at me and I looked at you. Both of them felt that they couldn't figure out what the other was thinking. Leng Yanran was speechless. Is her idea outrageous? Now, if a small bottle is taken out of this spiritual pool and brought to the outside world, it will probably be enough for the strong men from the ruins of Return to Ruin realm and even the Nirvana realm to rob it, right? Whose idea is more outrageous about using such precious spiritual liquid for bathing? Don't be stunned, get down quickly. Chen Daoxian was too lazy to dwell on this issue anymore and simply urged him directly. Seeing the Master's persistence, Leng Yanran naturally did not dare to put forward any further opinions. when he walked to the spiritual pool, he did not mind that the master was still standing not far behind him, so he took off his shoes and socks, carefully touched the spiritual liquid with his crystal-clear toes, and then stepped into the spiritual pool. "Master, please step aside for a moment. It would be best if you don't wear clothes when taking a bath. You should concentrate on your training." Chen Daoxian nodded with satisfaction upon seeing this, turned around and left, and helped him close the palace door. When Leng Yanran saw her master leaving, and then remembered her master's reminder, she took off her clothes and placed them by the pool, and then carefully put down the jade bottle containing the marrow cleansing pill. "But I don't know why, but I feel a little disappointed in my heart. If master doesn't leave, it seems like there's nothing bad to do." As I thought about it, my face felt a little hot. Leng Yanran, how could you have such thoughts about master? This is so disrespectful. After coming back to his senses, he quickly shook his head, shook away his distracting thoughts, and slowly walked towards the center of the pool. The moment she stepped into the pool, Leng Yanran felt a sense of relief all over her body, like the warmth of being in the master's arms. No, it was not as comfortable as being in the master's arms. He walked to the center of the pool, slowly sat down cross-legged, and soaked his entire body in the spiritual liquid, except for half of his neck and head. Even before she started practicing, the spiritual liquid was constantly flushing her pores. Under the action of the marrow cleansing pill, some undetectable impurities were washed out of the body. Feeling the heavenifying effect of the spiritual liquid, she did not dare to delay any longer, and quickly started the chaos demon art and began to practice it with concentration. Within a moment, the whole person's expression completely calmed down, his face was extremely comfortable and peaceful, and he had entered the state of enlightenment unknowingly. And this is naturally the result of Chen Daoxuan's sprinkling of enlightenment tea just now. Along with her cultivation, a large amount of spiritual energy quickly condensed into her sea of energy. The spiritual energy, which was already pure and liquid, could be absorbed without any difficulty. Leng Yanran's bottleneck in the second level of Tongxuan realm also began to loosen slowly. "Tisk, it's too dangerous to have a succubus as your apprentice. I don't know if Yanran made any mistakes while practicing. How about, take a look." Chen Daoxian couldn't help but secretly smacked his tongue when he thought of the scene that made him nosebleed just now. As for within the scope of this Tiandao palace, he is an omnipotent existence. If you want to see it at this time, you can know the picture with just a thought. No. I, Chen Daoxian, am a serious master. How could I do something like peeking at my disciples? Chapter 023. The elders of Luo Tianzong have arrived, and the North Territory is about to change. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After hearing what the guard said, Emperor Wu Feiyang of the Moro Kingdom was stunned for a moment. Immediately, I realized that this was a bad person. Luo Tianzong must have learned about the death of the chief and the elder. Go and bring people in. Wu Feiyang quickly adjusted his expression and gave instructions to the guards, but before the guards could stand up and leave, a figure strutted into the hall. No need. I entered the palace without permission. Please don't blame me, Your Majesty Feiyang. The person who came was none other than the second elder of Luo Tianzong. He was wearing a Taoist robe. He looked kind-hearted and spoke politely, but Wu Feiyang was not so stupid as to think that the other party was really apologizing to him. What did the second elder say? The emperor should greet the elder personally when he comes, but I am rude. While Wu Feiyang was speaking, he waved his hand slightly to his men and dismissed everyone present. People under the eaves have to bow their heads. As long as Luo Tianzong is still there, the emperor of the Moro Kingdom can only obey his orders. After all, who wants to be less big and tough than others? Of course, I'm talking about fists. Presumably Your Majesty can guess my purpose of coming, right? That when the second elder heard Wu Feiyang's words, he just smiled slightly and didn't care. He found a seat and sat down carelessly. It was as if he was the owner of this room. Can you guess a little bit? The elder is here to investigate the murder of the chief disciple and the two elders. After Wu Feiyang finished speaking, the second elder didn't respond. He just looked at him with a smile on his face, as if he wanted to continue talking. As His Majesty the Emperor, others usually try to figure out his thoughts, but every time he faces someone from the Luo Tian sect, he can only carefully guess what the other person is thinking. This feeling made Wu Feiyang very unhappy, but there was nothing he could do about it. For a moment, I wished that Leng Yanran could attack the Luo Tian sect half a month in advance today and destroy it, leaving no one alive. But no matter how reluctant he was, he could only smile shyly and tell the second elder exactly what happened in the capital the day before yesterday. At first, the second elder was smiling, but after hearing that Leng Yanran used the magical power in a jade pendant to kill an elder with one blow, he frowned, especially at the end, when I heard that the third elder was about to destroy the Leng family. A 3,000-foot sky monument suddenly appeared and killed him instantly. The second elder's expression became even more gloomy at this time. At first, he thought that the two elders had encountered strong men from other sects or casual cultivators in the Moro kingdom, or even strong men from outside the northern territory, but now it seems that it is completely different from his guess. It turned out that an inconspicuous Moro family killed the chief disciple Zhang Tianze, as well as two elders of the Guisu realm, and one of them was even an elder from the 9th level of the Guisu realm. As far as he knew, in the capital of Moro kingdom, the one with the highest realm was Wu Feiyang in front of him, who was at the 5th level of Guishu realm. In addition, the so-called 4 major aristocratic families don't even have the return to ruins realm. How can we talk about killing 2 elders? The problem lies with the jade pendant and Leng Yanran. As for the words of Emperor Wu Feiyang of the Moro kingdom, he did not have the slightest doubt and would not dare to deceive him even if he thought about it. For a moment, he was a little unsure of what to do. Logically speaking, he could destroy a small aristocratic family in Moro with just a few seconds. But the third elder who was in the 9th level of the ruins realm with him fell into the Leng family's methods. He didn't want to risk his life on whether the Leng family had such methods. In your opinion, how powerful is that attack on the sky monument? After pondering for a moment, the second elder asked. My strength is low, and I can't tell my exact strength, but it must have been done by a strong person from the 2nd or 3rd level of the Nirvana realm. That Wu Feiyang pretended to think seriously for a moment and said conclusively. Is it suspected to be the work of a powerful person in the Nirvana realm? It seems that this matter needs to be reported to the sect leader first before making a decision. After the second elder stared at Wu Feiyang's eyes for a moment, he believed what he said and at the same time gave up his plan to take action against the Leng family. If that Nirvana realm powerhouse was still near the capital at this time, even if he could wipe out the Leng family in an instant, he himself would still die at the hands of the Nirvana realm powerhouse. After saying that, the second elder stood up and planned to leave. When Wu Feiyang saw this, his eyes flashed. He stood up and stopped him. Huh? Your Majesty, what do you mean? Second elder, don't get me wrong. I just have some news to tell you. Oh. Tell me. Today the Leng family released news that in half a month, Luo Tianzong will prepare for the destruction of the family. Now, the news has spread in the city. I wonder if the elder needs to order someone to block the news so as not to damage the power of Luo Tianzong, that Wu Feiyang said with cupped hands, as if he thought of Luo Tianzong wholeheartedly. The Luo Tian sect will be destroyed in half a month. What a big statement. There is no need to block the news. As long as he dares to show up, we, Luo Tianzong, will naturally take his head and let the world know the price of opposing me, Luo Tianzong. Snort. That the second elder's face was cold, he snorted and left without staying any longer, waving his sleeves. Congratulations to the second elder. Wu Feiyang slightly bowed his hands in the direction of his departure, quite respectfully. It wasn't until he was sure that the second elder had completely left the palace that he put away the respectful expression on his face and returned to his normal look. There's something good to watch. I don't know if that person will take action himself. I really want to see what kind of being can use such terrifying magical powers. A trace of amusement flashed in Wu Feiyang's eyes. When he answered the second elder's questions just now, he told the truth in every question, but he lied in only one question, that is the strength of the person who takes action. The 2nd and 3rd heavens of the Nirvana realm. That blow was terrifying that Wu Feiyang had never seen before. If he really wanted to say it, his judgment would be far beyond what he had done in the Nirvana realm. But if the truth is really told, it is one thing whether the second elder believes it or not. If he believes it, Luo Tianzong gives in, and the master gives up on destroying Luo Tianzong, doesn't he suffer a big loss? This northern region is going to change. Wu Feiyang felt a little uneasy when he thought that there was a mysterious strong man in the northern territory, even a being above the realm of annihilation. After the second elder left the palace, he did not dare to stay at all and went directly in the direction of Luo Tianzong. After all, there may be a mysterious Nirvana realm powerhouse hiding near the capital, and according to the news, he is probably an enemy. For him, the second elder of Luo Tian's sect, it was extremely dangerous. Therefore, he did not even dare to go to Leng's house to take a look at the traces left by the sky monument on the ground, otherwise he and Luo Tianzong might change their minds. Chapter 024 Enlightenment Tea Tree has enlightenment. Terrifying breakthrough speed. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Luo Tianzong, Meeting Hall. You mean, someone strong in the annihilation realm will take action? After listening to the news brought back by the second elder, Master Luo Wu frowned slightly. I really can't figure out how there are powerful people in the Nirvana realm in Moro's country, and even if you encounter a strong person in the annihilation realm, as long as you reveal your identity as Luo Tianzong, the other party will never dare to kill him. Could it be that this person is not from the Northern Territory, but a force who came from other places and wants to join the secret realm in 2 months? Yes, Sect Master, according to what Wu Feiyang said, the person who takes action should have the strength of the second or third level of the Nirvana realm. If you weren't a strong person in the Annihilation realm, you wouldn't be able to kill Lao San in the 9th level of the Ruins realm with just one move. I think Wu Feiyang didn't lie. The second elder honestly reported the information he had found out, and expressed his thoughts and judgments. So what if it's the realm of Nirvana? The Luo Tian sect will be destroyed in half a month. It's not a small talk. This sect leader will wait for him for half a month to see who he is. We are in the light and the enemy is in the dark. Don't let us get plotted against you. The notice will be given for half a month, and the disciples of the sect should try not to go out unless they have something to do, so as not to be targeted by that person. Master Luo Wu snorted coldly. Although he was not completely sure that the person who made the move was the third heaven of Nirvana realm, he was still extremely confident in his own strength. Moreover, in the Luo Tian sect, he can still rely on the sect's formation. Even if he faces the 6th level of the Nirvana realm, he can still suppress it. Even if he faces the 7th level of the Nirvana realm, he can still protect himself. And he already had some guesses in his mind. From Zhang Tianzi, he had already learned that the little girl from the Leng family named Leng Yanran had a special physique and was extremely suitable for use as a furnace. Presumably, the person who took action took a fancy to this, so he kept Leng Yanran by his side, and planned to train her to a higher level before using her, so he helped the Leng family take action. But wanting to show off his strength by stepping on him, Luo Tianzong, is obviously not a wise approach. Yes, I'll take my leave. Many elders followed the order and left. Master Luo Wu let out a long breath, frowned and closed his eyes, wondering what he was thinking. This time, the chief disciple of their Luo Tian sect suddenly died suddenly. Even if they send disciples to enter the secret realm 2 months later, they will not gain much benefit. These days, he has been very worried, and in his heart he has scolded the mysterious Nirvana realm expert who took action countless times. At this time, the mysterious strong man who was remembered by countless people was sleeping comfortably and having sweet dreams, outside the small pavilion. The Wudao tea tree seemed to have bent down and gathered countless branches together, forming a natural hammock with its vines. The person lying on top was naturally Qin Dao Xian. From time to time, Taoist charms emanate from the branches of the Enlightenment tea tree, and the existence of these Taoist charms also makes Qin Dao Xian sleep a little more soundly. But as time passed, as if he was attracted by the Taoist charm of the enlightened tea tree, Qin Dao Xian also had a faint Taoist charm emerging around his body. No, that is not Dao Yun, it is simply the 3000 Dao itself. After realizing that the tea tree unconsciously began to tremble slightly, I don't know whether it was excitement or fear. After another moment, the Enlightenment tea tree actually lit up with a burst of light green light and rumbling accompanied by a burst of sound, and it almost doubled in height. Not only has the tree grown taller, but it has also sprouted many new branches, on which tender new tea leaves are slowly blooming. It understood the Tao of the tea tree, and it suddenly became enlightened because of the Tao charm in its owner. Well, am I asleep? Why do you feel that the Enlightenment tea tree has grown a lot? Qin Daoxian was also awakened by the sudden movement just now. After stepping down from the wicker chair, he rubbed his eyes and yawned. Looking at Wu Dao Chashu, who was obviously much taller, he was also a little confused, as if hearing his doubts. The Enlightenment tea tree stretched out a branch and slowly touched his hand. An idea was conveyed to his mind through the branches. I just saw the Tao Daoyun on the master, and I had an epiphany. What the hell? Can you, an enlightened tea tree, still have an epiphany? That upon hearing the news, Qin Daoxian couldn't help but widen his eyes and couldn't help but curse. At the same time, I felt a little sad. Others can achieve enlightenment by drinking enlightenment tea, but he can only get a taste of enlightenment tea, so forget it. But the enlightened tea tree also achieved enlightenment by observing him. This is so unreasonable. Anyone who co-authored it can achieve enlightenment, even the enlightenment tea tree itself can achieve enlightenment, but he cannot? That's all. Hey, although there is no need to sleep to replenish energy within the confines of the Tiandao Palace, it is indeed comfortable to have a good sleep. Besides, there's no need to practice, so what else can you do if you don't sleep? I don't know how Yanran's cultivation is going. Qin Daoxian could only sigh helplessly, lamenting the injustice of fate to him. Even the trees could understand by looking at him, but he himself could not. The enlightened tea tree on the side, with its low intelligence, could not understand. It is obvious that the master is already surrounded by 3,000 avenues. Why is he still persistent and wanting to enlighten? Isn't the master himself where the Tao lies? It seems that the master's level is too high and it cannot understand it. It should be so. After all, how could someone as powerful as the master make a mistake? Although Qin Daoxuan's own realm is just mediocre, he casually killed a strong man at the 9th level of the Guishu realm, a 3rd-level powerhouse in the Qi condensation realm. But within the scope of this heavenly Tao palace, he is an omnipotent existence, so the enlightenment tea tree thinks like this. With nothing to do at the moment, Qin Daoxian simply studied the volume of basic formations exchanged from the system again. During cultivation, time always flies by. In the temple of heavenly Tao, the water level of the spiritual liquid pool that enveloped Leng Yanran also began to slowly drop as she absorbed it. At first, only half of his neck was exposed. After 2 days of practice, the terrifying absorption ability of the Chaos Demon art has lowered the water level to his chest, and the collarbone is clearly visible. This pool of spiritual fluid is made up of a mythical marrow cleansing pill and a handful of enlightenment tea leaves. After absorbing so much spiritual fluid, her cultivation level has unknowingly broken through 2 small realms one after another, reaching the 4th level of Tongxuan realm. And because of the existence of enlightenment tea, she has always been in a state of enlightenment, and her rapid breakthrough did not bring any fundamental hidden dangers. As time passed by, Leng Yanran's aura became stronger and stronger. The fluctuations of realm breakthroughs appeared again and again in the palace. Fortunately, no one saw this horrifying scene, otherwise they would have called him a monster. Even the holy sun in the holy land of cultivation would never be able to break through like this as easily as drinking water. Almost every 2 days, you can break through the realm of the 1st heaven. Chapter 025 Tongxuan Seventh Heaven, the special physique of the succubus. You are listening at novelfull.audio. 10 days passed in a hurry, and the spiritual liquid in the spiritual pool suddenly bottomed out. The remaining spiritual liquid was completely absorbed by Leng Yanran after half an hour. At this point, she slowly opened her eyes. After exhaling a long breath, Leng Yanran felt the state of her cultivation, and even she was surprised. In this short period of time, I actually broke through to the 7th level of Tongxuan realm. But after consuming such a large pool of spiritual liquid, it seems that there is no problem in breaking through 5 realms. After being secretly shocked, she couldn't help but laugh when she looked at the now empty spiritual pool. As everyone knows, if the chaos heavenly demon technique she cultivated had not consumed too much, this pool of spiritual liquid would have been enough for even the holy son of the Holy Land who practiced heaven-level techniques to try to break into the Return to Ruins realm from the 2nd level of the Tongxuan realm. Got it. After all, it is a Homan-level technique, and its powerful power naturally consumes huge resources. Then she looked at the now empty spiritual pool. Not a drop of the precious spiritual fluid was left, and she frowned slightly. I've used so much of Master's precious spiritual liquid. I'm afraid I will never be able to repay this kindness. From now on, Yanran's life belongs to the Master. If the Master needs it, she can do anything for the Master at any time. Yanran secretly made up her mind, but now that her training was over, she had no time to daze here, so she got up and put on her clothes, went to see her Master and tell him the effect of this breakthrough, but just as she stood up, Yanran fiddled with her hair inadvertently, but she was suddenly stunned. Ah! A scream echoed in the hall, and Yanran seemed to be greatly frightened. Chen Daoxian, who was sleeping at this time, heard the screams from his disciples. Before he even opened his eyes, he thought quickly and appeared in the main hall of the hot spring. What happened? What happened? As soon as Chen Daoxian appeared, he opened his mouth to ask questions, but before he could finish speaking, his mouth was opened wide by the scene in front of him. Yanran was naked and her hands were touching her head. Oh no, it was the two horns growing out of her head. Just now when she was fiddling with her hair, she touched the two extra horns that suddenly appeared on her head, and then she screamed in fright. The two looked at each other, and the air became silent for a moment. Ah! Master, why did you suddenly break in? Leng Yanran was frozen for a moment by the Master's gaze, and then she exclaimed again. Her whole body quickly turned like a cooked prawn, turning pale red because she was too shy, and was extremely hot. I heard you screaming and thought there was some danger. Well, after you get dressed, come out and talk more about it. Chen Daoxian could only clear his throat, force himself to calm down, and couldn't help but take a look before disappearing into the hall in a flash. Sitting in the small pavilion, I wiped my nosebleeds again. Hey, the Enlightenment tea is so irritating, so irritating. After hearing this, Enlightenment Chashu could only sway a few times aggrievedly, saying that he was not angry at all. The one who was angry was obviously your disciple. In the main hall, after Chen Daoxian left, it took Leng Yanran a long time to regain her composure, but the neck to the base of the ears was still red and hot due to congestion. Master saw it, and there seems to be nothing wrong with it. Besides, Master just broke in suddenly because he was worried about me. And the Master's gaze doesn't disgust me at all. On the contrary, it's a bit. Leng Yanran thought about the scene just now, and she felt ashamed and wanted to find a crack in the ground to crawl in. She was too embarrassed to see her Master again. Even though she is naturally charming and is sought after by countless men, she has never been seen naked. Finally, after a long time, Leng Yanran put on her clothes, carefully put the jade bottle back into its place, and then left the hall. Like a child who had done something wrong, Leng Yanran walked to the pavilion with her head lowered. He whispered, "Disciple, please see Master." The atmosphere was a little tense for a moment, and both of them recalled the scene just now in their minds. Well, are there any doubts about this training? Chen Daoxian thought of a topic and asked. Reporting to Master, all disciples are in the process of enlightenment during this practice. Their minds are clear and there are no doubts. I just consumed such a large pool of spiritual liquid, but only broke through 5 small realms. This disciple is ashamed. After hearing the Master's words, Leng Yanran quickly replied. There is no need to belittle yourself. The skills I gave you are Homan level ones. Although they greatly increase your strength, the resources required for training also increase exponentially. 5 realms are already pretty good. Chen Daoxian nodded and said in relief. From the system prompts, he had already learned about Leng Yanran's breakthrough. The disciple broke through 5 minor realms, which also allowed him to gain 500 years of cultivation and 500 system points. The cultivation base is automatically blessed, and now he has reached the 8th level of Qi condensation realm. I see, disciple understands. It's just that 2 horns suddenly grew on this disciple's head. Leng Yanran suddenly realized something, and then she suddenly thought of something, touched her head and asked. No need to worry about this. This is just the Chaos Heavenly Demon technique, which stimulates your potential and improves your physique. You have an innate charm. If you continue to cultivate, you can become a demon. Your potential is endless. If you feel that these two corners are inappropriate, I can find a way to hide them. Chen Daoxian looked up and down and felt that the suddenly grown horns fit Leng Yanran's temperament very well. This is the real succubus. Then another thought occurred to him and he glanced at Leng Yanran's information. First disciple, Leng Yanran. Race, demon. Special physique, Mei Tian Mo, elementary level. Kung Fu practiced, Chaos Demon Ju, Part 1. Talent, the best of the holy level. Realm, Tongxuan Realm 7th Heaven. The original ordinary saint-level talent, with the changes in skills and marrow-cleansing pills, has reached the highest level of saint level. It will not take long to reach the next level. There is also a column for special physique, which shows the changes in Leng Yanran's current physique. Succubus. Master, do you think this disciple's horns look good? If the master doesn't like it, he will hide it. If the master likes it, the disciple will keep it. Leng Yanran blushed and lowered her head, touching her two fingers lightly and whispering. Well, keep it, I think this is quite suitable for you. Chapter 026 100 Jade Pendants, 10 Arrays. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After the two masters and apprentices talked for a long time, Leng Yanran began to practice the magical power of the demon finger outside the palace, while Chen Daoxian sipped tea, slept, and occasionally gave some advice. Even so, Leng Yanran felt that she had improved a lot. 5 days passed in a flash, and finally came the day that Chen Daoxian said the Luo Tianzong sect would be exterminated. Master, half a month is up, what do disciples need to do? Leng Yanran stopped practicing and came to her master, ready to listen to instructions. Not only was he not worried at all about his upcoming trip to Luo Tianzong, but he was also vaguely looking forward to it. With her current strength at the 7th level of the Tongxuan realm, it is naturally impossible to destroy behemoths like the Luo Tianzong sect. Even if she can fight across levels, it would be shocking enough to defeat a strong person in the ruins realm at most. If she faces the Nirvana realm, the gap will be a bit big, and it will be extremely difficult to barely save her life. Therefore, Leng Yanran always believed that the master might be planning to take action personally this time to wipe out the Luo Tianzong sect. Oh. Has it been half a month so soon? In that case, please wait for a moment. Chen Daoxian was slightly startled, but he did not take the destruction of Luo Tianzong too seriously. However, when he thought about the large number of system points he was about to harvest, he also gained some motivation. The system called out in my heart. System, redeem me for 100 jade slips. Exchange for 10 more formation discs. Ding, it costs a total of 200 system points, jade slips, beginner level, x 100, formation disc, beginner level. Although he spent 200 system points in one go, he didn't feel bad. As long as the Luo Tianzong sect can be wiped out, at least a few thousand system points will be earned by then. These 200 system points will help you. Without delay, he first took out 100 jade slips from the system backpack and placed them on the stone table in front of him. Leng Yanran was confused when she saw the master suddenly taking out a pile of jade slips, but master naturally had his own reasons for doing things, and Leng Yanran didn't ask any questions, but just waited and watched quietly. Well, there are 50 demon fingers and heaven tablets each, which should be enough. Chen Daoxian pondered for a moment, and then started to move. Each jade slip contained the full blow of his body, and now his realm has risen to the 5th level, much stronger than before. In addition, within the scope of the heavenly Dao Palace, Chen Daoxian did not need to replenish his spiritual energy at all. It did not take long to divide the 100 jade pendants in front of him into 2 piles, each with 50 pieces of heavenly demon fingers and heavenly tablets. This action stunned Leng Yanran, who was waiting next to her. She had already used one of the demonic fingers' power that day before. A strong man in the ruins realm was as fragile as paper in front of that blow, and his life was lost in just one blow. As for the heavenly monument among the other pile of jade pendants, she had also seen with her own eyes the power of the master when he used it from afar. A strong man from the 9th level of the ruins realm turned into dust the moment he touched it. Even after death, he was not worthy of leaving his name on the heavenly monument. for a moment, she seemed to understand what her master was thinking. This is to let him directly crush Luo Tianzong with firepower and burn him to the ground. If 50 of those 3,000-foot-high sky monuments were to fall down at once, I can't even imagine that scene. But the problem is that the leader of Luo Tian's sect, Jinren Luo Wu, is a powerful person in the Nirvana realm. Even if she is given so many jade pendants that contain terrifying power, what if she has no chance to use them? With the strength of the Nirvana realm, even if she cannot withstand the power of the magical power in the jade pendant, it is probably not that difficult to win over her, the 7th level of the Tongxuan realm, right? Before Leng Yanran could ask, Chen Daoxian waved his hand again and placed the 10 array discs in the system space on the stone table. The stone table, which was not too big to begin with, was suddenly filled with jade pendants and array discs. The basic defensive formation seems to be described like this. There is also this formation that can rebound attacks. Let's have one too. Moreover, this restriction formation must also be indispensable, otherwise they will suffer a big loss if they escape by then. Spiritual power enhancement formation, here is one, and this one, here is one. For the last array, let's build a teleportation array. If there is no accident, there is a powerful ancestor hidden in Luo Tian's sect who can withstand the jade pendant bombardment. Yanran can also use it to save her life. Well, let's set the teleportation location to this false mountain. Even if we don't use it to escape by then, we will save time and waste on traveling after destroying the Luo Tian sect. Chen Daoxian muttered to himself while carving out basic formations one after another on the formation plate. It was obviously the most basic formation, but after it was carved in his hands, it was completely different. All the loopholes that originally existed in it were filled. It should be a formation carved with 10 inscriptions, but he used tens of thousands of inscriptions. Fortunately, it was within the scope of the Tiandao Palace, so there was no need to worry about consumption, and there was no difficulty in carving it. 10 inscriptions are yellow-level formations, 100 inscriptions are black-level formations, 1,000 inscriptions are earth-level formations, and tens of thousands of inscriptions are heaven-level formations. Master has carved heaven-level formations in these 10 formation discs. Chen Daoxian just noticed that there were many loopholes in the basic formation, so he filled them up, and thought that carving more inscriptions would make it more stable and powerful, but he didn't know the meaning of this. But Leng Yanran understood. Looking at the 10 formation discs containing heavenly formations in front of her, she suspected that she was dreaming. With the strength of the Luo Tian sect, I am afraid that the sect protecting formation, also known as the earth-level formation, will be great. Even in many holy places, the formations are at most heaven level. But no matter which force it is, if you want to lay out a high-level formation, you need to spend countless efforts to find a suitable location for the formation eyes, and consume countless materials before the formation can finally take shape. When using formation discs to describe formations, generally speaking, the highest level is no more than the Xian level. After all, it is easy to carry, but it cannot match the right time, place, and people, nor can it use various heavenly materials and earthly treasures to assist the operation of the formation. If a high-level formation is to be depicted, it is easy for instability factors to appear between the inscriptions, causing the formation to collapse. I have never heard of such an appalling thing that a formation disc can accommodate heaven-level formations. If someone could do it, wouldn't it be possible to directly rely on these arrays to attack the Holy Land? Take these 100 jade slips and these 10 formation discs with you. When the time comes, remember to use the restrictive formation to surround Luo Tianzong, and then activate the defensive formation. As for what to do in the end, you can use it freely. After Chen Daoxian finished everything, he raised his head and gave instructions to Leng Yanran with satisfaction. Chapter 027. He had to shake the egg yolks apart. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chen Daoxian doesn't care about others, but now that he has decided to exterminate the Luo Tian sect, he can't let anyone go. It's not that I'm afraid of leaving a legacy behind and being threatened in the future, it's mainly that, every kill is a system point. He had even made a plan. If Leng Yanran still couldn't destroy the Luo Tianzong with all this, he would bite the bullet and use 1,000 system points to bulldoze the Luo Tianzong himself. Disciple knows. It's a pity. I thought I would be lucky enough to see Master take action. Leng Yanran looked at the table of jade pendants and array discs, and she couldn't help but feel a little sympathy for Luo Tianzong in her heart. If this firepower covers them, they will all be reduced to rubble, and not even a whole body will be found. Poor, but damn. If necessary, I will take action. However, as a teacher, I believe you can handle this low-end game perfectly. Remember, no one can be spared, even Luo Tianzong's egg yolks have to be shaken away. Chen Daoxian smiled slightly. He was not interested in taking action personally. If possible, it would be best not to step outside the scope of the heavenly Tao Palace until he is sure that he has become the strongest person in this world. Only the truth is the truth. Besides, the Luo Tian sect just has a leader in the annihilation realm. Does such a low-end situation require his peerless power from the 8th level of the Qi condensation realm to personally take action? No need at all. Disciple understands. Master, do you have any other instructions? If not, this disciple will go down the mountain to Luo Tian's sect. Leng Yanran couldn't help but her eyes turned cold after hearing the master's words. Now that the master has spoken, not even an ant in Luo Tianzong can survive. There should be nothing else to pay attention to. Ensure your own safety and go back early. After Chen Daoxian touched his chin and thought for a moment, he just told him to pay attention to safety. Then he stood up, stretched out, and lay down on the wicker chair made of tea trees. Disciple, resign. Leng Yanran bowed, put the jade pendant and array disc on the stone table into her storage bag, turned around and headed down the mountain. Luo Tianzong, in the meeting hall, Master Luo Wu sat in the main seat. Although today was half a month old, he didn't feel nervous at all. At this time, in the main hall, in addition to the remaining 7 elders of their Luo Tian sect, there was one more person, and the aura exuded by that man was no worse than that of Jinren Luo Wu. He was also a strong man in the 5th heaven of Nirvana realm. In this northern region, the number of powerful people in the annihilation realm can be counted on one hand. With their 5th level realm, the only ones who can count them are the sect masters of the other 3 top sects. Brother Yangchun, today is the day that people in the mysterious Nirvana realm say they will destroy our Luo Tian sect. If necessary later, please ask Brother Yangchun to help. Master Luo Wu looked at the man and said with a smile on his face, that Yangchun Master is the sect leader of the Jinding sect, and his realm is on par with him. This is natural. You and I are both from the Northern Territory. Now that an ignorant master of the mysterious Nirvana realm suddenly appears, my sect master will naturally not let him be so rampant in the Northern Territory. Perhaps, the news about the destruction of Luo Tian's sect in the past half-month is because that guy is planning to delay time and escape from the Northern Territory on purpose. It's not necessarily that. At this time, that guy may have escaped to an unknown location. But, don't forget the promise Brother Luo Wu made to me. Master Yangchun also laughed, and even felt that Master Luo Wu was too timid. He was so frightened by his words that he closed the mountain gate for half a month. It really embarrasses the 4 major sects in the Northern Territory. Of course I won't forget that when I, Luo Tian sect, participate in the secret realm this time, I would like to be regarded as an affiliated team of Jin Ding's sect and only take 50% of the resources. After Master Luo Wu finished speaking, he could only sigh in his heart. If their Luo Tian sect's chief disciple hadn't died suddenly, he wouldn't have made such a move. It was false to invite Master Yangchun to help deal with foreign enemies this time, but in fact he was doing it so that the disciples of Luo Tian's sect could have someone to rely on when they participated in the secret realm. If it belongs to other sect-affiliated teams, although the harvest will be less than half, it is still better than nothing. But after this battle, I am afraid that in the next 200 years, the strength of the Jinding sect will be far beyond theirs. It's already noon, and the mysterious man hasn't appeared. I think he found out about the strength of our Luo Tian sect and escaped. Brother Yangchun, you can't come here in vain. Try the delicious wine I brewed with more than 10 kinds of spiritual fruits some time ago. After sitting and waiting for another 2 hours, still no one came to the door. Master Luo Wu couldn't help but agree with Master Yangchuan's words. The stone fell in his heart, and he asked for wine and food to entertain him. At the same time, he has already planned in his heart to send people to the Moro kingdom after today to completely destroy the Leng family and shake up the Luo Tian sect's reputation. Numerous disciples of the Luo Tian sect, who were originally a little nervous, completely relaxed after seeing the sect leader and Master Yang Chun drinking and chatting. TCH, I really am not afraid of death and would come against my Luo Tianzong today. I didn't expect it was just a bluff. That's right, our Luo Tian sect protecting formation alone cannot be broken through by the ordinary nirvana realm. I think that person is also afraid. Hey, it's boring. I thought I could see the sect master take action. Since I started practicing, I have never seen a strong person in the nirvana realm fight. Within the Luo Tian sect, many disciples were talking about it, without any worries that the sect was about to be exterminated. Outside the Luo Tian sect, on many mountaintops, the monks who planned to watch the battles of the powerful men in the nirvana realm and seek enlightenment and breakthroughs were also a little anxious. Among them, there are many people who want to join in the fun, and some even think that if there is a 1 in 10,000 chance that the Luo Tian sect is destroyed, they can still pick up some skills, magic weapons, etc. TSK, it seems that the mysterious strong man will probably not come today. It will be dark in a while. If that person really had the strength to destroy the Luo Tian sect, he would have taken action long ago. He is probably afraid. Hey, it's a pity that this trip was in vain. If I had known I had this time, I might as well have killed 2 monsters. Many monks who joined in the fun also felt that the mysterious man would not appear again, and some even started to pack their things and plan to leave. Did that gentleman really leave the northern territory with Yanran, on the top of a mountain? The uneasy Cold War couldn't help but feel a little anxious. If Luo Tianzong is not destroyed today, then the Leng family will definitely cease to exist tomorrow. But at this moment, a figure with a hot figure rushed towards the mountain peak where Luo Tianzong was located at an extremely fast speed, relying on the cover of the mountains and forests. Chapter 028 Isolated for 500 miles, everyone panicked. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After Leng Yanran left Shuwu Mountain, she didn't even return to Moro Kingdom, but hurriedly headed towards Luo Tianzong. Thinking of her master's instructions not to leave anyone alive, she did not show up immediately. Instead, she put on a black robe and a hat to wrap herself tightly, fearing that someone would discover her in advance. Since she was unsure of the scope of the limiting formation given by her master, Leng Yanran decided to be on the safe side and wait until she reached the foot of the mountain where Luo Tianzong was located before using it. Otherwise, if she made a mistake in judgment and something went wrong and the Luo Tianzong people ran away, she would be too embarrassed to go back to the mountain to see her master. Fortunately, she didn't encounter any accidents along the way. By the time she arrived at the foot of Luo Tianzong mountain, it was already approaching evening and the sun had begun to set. Stop! Who is it? Leave quickly. Luo Tianzong, will not accept visits today. As soon as she arrived at the foot of Luo Tianzong mountain, Leng Yanran was stopped by 2 figures. After a brief glance, I found that there were only 2 disciples of the sky control realm. Without a trace of hesitation, Leng Yanran directly grabbed the 2 people's necks with one hand and lifted them up like little chickens. Take a deep breath. It's normal to feel a little dizzy for the first time. Recalling the scene when she first met Master, Leng Yanran couldn't help but imitate Master's words and whispered in their ears. When these words fell into the ears of the 2 of them, they were like devils. After struggling hard, as expected, the 2 of them lost their breath. After easily dealing with the 2 of them, Leng Yanran patted the storage bag on her waist and took out 2 array discs. Gently send a ray of spiritual energy into it to activate the large formation already carved on the formation disc. According to her master's instructions, the first formation disc she activated was to restrict the formation to prevent people from the Luo Tian sect from escaping. Buzz, as the array disc made a soft sound, an invisible barrier quickly expanded. In a moment, it covered a radius of 5 miles, 10 miles, 100 miles. In the end, the circular barrier expanded to a radius of 500 miles before it stopped expanding and solidified. Although it was transparent, it was extremely tough. This range is a bit too big, isn't it? Leng Yanran was a little confused when she saw this. Fortunately, she carefully ran to the gate of Luo Tianzong mountain before activating the restriction formation. If we had known such a large scope, why would we have wasted such effort? Without any time to think, Leng Yanran quickly sent a stream of spiritual energy towards the second formation disk and activated the defensive formation. The current commotion will definitely alarm the people of Luo Tianzong, so don't be careless. As Leng Yanran activated the defensive array, another circular barrier appeared, but this time it did not expand endlessly. It only covered a distance of 10 meters around her and stopped expanding. Leng Yanran tried to move around and found that as long as she had this formation disc on her body, the formation would follow her. 10 meters was enough. Dangjie rose into the air with a defensive formation and headed towards the mountain gate of Luo Tian sect. Such a big movement naturally attracted the attention of Luo Tianzong, including all nearby casual cultivators. What's going on? What is this? What happened? Pindao always feels a little uneasy, as if there is some danger. I'm done with this lively Taoist community. Dear Taoist friends, I'll see you again by chance and say goodbye. Fuck. What the hell is this? Why can't it get out? Many of the less courageous casual cultivators planned to leave temporarily after noticing something strange, but as everyone left in various directions, they found that no matter which direction, there was an invisible barrier blocking the way. Even above the sky and even below the ground, there are barriers, and there is no way out. The larger the range, the more fragile the barrier is. This barrier is so large, I don't think it will be particularly difficult to break it. Fellow Taoists, let's work together to break this ghost thing, and escape from here first. Okay, let's take action together. That everyone looked at each other and saw the uneasiness in each other's eyes. After one person suggested joining forces, everyone agreed. For a time, dozens of monks joined forces. Those with low realms included Yukong and Tongxian, and those with high realms even included a few Guishu realm experts. Boom! As everyone's attacks gathered together, they hit one part of the barrier. The result left them dumbfounded. Ha! Not even a crack opened. Are you kidding? With so many people attacking together, even the 9th level of Guishu realm will be blown to pieces. This barrier hasn't even been shaken at all. For a moment, all the monks who wanted to join in the fun felt panic in their hearts. After several more attempts, everyone gave up and could only choose an area on the edge of the barrier farthest from Luo Tianzong, intending to wait and see what would happen. This time is obviously aimed at Luo Tianzong. If Luo Tianzong can solve the person who put up the barrier, the problem will naturally disappear. At this time, among Luo Tianzong, although Master Luo Wu and Master Yang Chun had been drinking all afternoon, they were not drunk. Now seeing the sudden strangeness, the two looked at each other. Everyone in the hall stood up and walked out of the hall together to Luotianzong Square. I didn't expect that guy would actually dare to come to my door. If I am defeated later, Brother Lao Yankin will come to my aid. Master Luo Wu squinted at the barrier above the sky, feeling a little uneasy in his heart. The man who set up the barrier to isolate the formation must have great confidence in order to prevent his Luo Tian sect members from escaping. For a moment, he was really unsure of the opponent's strength. It's natural. Master Yang Chun also looked a lot more serious, and he also felt that the other party's behavior was a little too confident. Soon, Leng Yanran's figure appeared above Luo Tianzong, and everyone in the square finally saw her presence. Are you the Nirvana master behind Leng Yanran? Master Luo Wu squinted his eyes and looked intently, only to find that there was a barrier similar to a defensive formation around the opponent's body, which even had the effect of isolating the aura, making it difficult for him to figure out the opponent's realm. Coupled with the fact that Leng Yanran was wearing a black robe and did not show up, Master Luo Wu naturally misunderstood. On the square, many disciples and elders of Luo Tian's sect were also staring closely at the black-robed figure, feeling inexplicably nervous. At the same time, everyone was even more confused. When did the other party set up such a large isolation formation? Could it be that in the past half-month, the opponent had already quietly sneaked into the vicinity and set up a formation in advance? What a deep scheming, what a deep calculation. actually planning half a month in advance. And they actually didn't notice it until the other party activated the formation. Terrible. Chapter 029. He actually slandered the master, damn it. You are listening at novelfull.audio. No one could have imagined that the isolation formation with a range of 500 miles came from a portable formation disk. I'm afraid no one would believe such a horrifying thing even if I told everyone directly, unless you see it with your own eyes, who can believe that such a formation that isolates the world for 500 miles does not need to be prepared in advance, but comes from a portable formation disk. Even Leng Yanran herself was shocked by the terrifying effect after activating the formation disk, but thinking that the master is a fairy-like existence, I accepted this fact in my heart. Leng Yanran did not take Master Na Luo Wu's word seriously, but was thinking about how to bomb in order to end the battle as quickly as possible, but Master Luo Wu below saw this and frowned. It turns out he's just a rat who doesn't dare to show his face. Don't think that this sect leader doesn't know that you saved Leng Yanran because you were interested in her physique and wanted to cultivate her into a good furnace. It's just that you didn't hesitate to come here today to make an enemy of our Luo Tian sect. Don't you think the price you have to pay is a bit high? Master Luo Wu continued to speak, and even used his spiritual power to deliberately spread his voice so that the nearby monks who were watching could hear clearly. Since the other party didn't want Luo Tianzong to feel comfortable, then why should he be merciful? He immediately wanted to reveal the other party's true face and reveal his purpose. It would be best if Leng Yanran could hear the news. When Leng Yanran learns the truth, she may not let this mysterious man control her. Fuck. Big news, that Leng Yanran has a special physique that is very suitable for being a furnace. No wonder this mysterious man doesn't hesitate to become an enemy of Luo Tianzong, but also wants to protect the Leng family and Leng Yanran. It doesn't look like a good person. That when the monks onlookers heard the news, they also had expressions of sudden realization. Originally, in their opinion, this mysterious man might have been attracted by Leng Yanran's beauty, so he wanted to become an enemy of Luo Tianzong, but it was inevitable that he was a little too irrational. But now that everyone knows this breaking news, everyone understands. There are some special physiques in the world. If it can be used as a furnace for dual cultivation, it will be of great benefit to even powerful monks in the Nirvana realm or even higher realms. For the sake of cultivation, what can't you do? It's just that he is an enemy of Luo Tianzong. This mysterious man is too irrational. As Master Luo Wu finished speaking, the mysterious man in black robes trembled uncontrollably because of his anger. Your true colors have been exposed by this sect leader. Are you angry? Do you know that our Luo Tian sect protecting formation cannot be broken even by the 9th level of the Nirvana realm? It's ridiculous that you still want to destroy our Luo Tian sect. Elders, activate the sect protecting formation. This sect leader will first go meet this guy who dares not show his face. Master Luo Wu confidently issued orders to many elders, and he flew out of the sect formation alone. He is still very confident in his own strength. Over the years, no one in the Northern Territory can make him feel afraid, and neither can the mysterious person in front of him. Furthermore, according to the information from the second elder, this person is only around the 3rd level of the Nirvana realm and is not his opponent at all. Even if he has the strength of the 8th or even 9th heaven of the Nirvana realm, he can still retreat to the protective sect formation in time, advance, attack, retreat, and defend. He is already in an invincible position. What's strange is that this mysterious man actually dared to come to our door and seek death. How dare you slander my master? You, damn it. Leng Yanran clenched her fists, and for the first time, such strong murderous intent appeared in her beautiful eyes. While speaking, she had already taken off her hat and looked at Master Luo Wu, who flew out from Luo Tianzong with a cold face. Leng Yanran was a little surprised to learn that she had a special physique that could be used as a furnace, but that wasn't what made her so angry. There is only one reason why she can gnash her teeth in anger and tremble slightly uncontrollably. Damn Master Luo Wu, how dare you slander Master? It is simply a crime worthy of death. Leng Yanran. Why is this mysterious person Leng Yanran? Wasn't it the strong man behind her who came in person? But as Leng Yanran took off the long hat that covered her face, everyone was dumbfounded. The mysterious person who everyone is nervous and afraid of is actually not the legendary mysterious and powerful person in the Nirvana realm, but Leng Yanran. No matter how strong she is only in the Tongxuan realm. How dare she come to Luo Tianzong alone? TSK, so you were sent to act like a ghost to attract attention. Where is the mysterious man behind you? Where is he hiding now? What's his trick? That's all, I guess I can't get anything out of you. But this sect leader doesn't believe that the mysterious man would watch you fall without taking action. Master Luo Wu didn't expect that there was Leng Yanran under the black robe, and he was slightly stunned for a moment, but he soon sneered. No matter what, the mysterious man would definitely not be able to watch Leng Yanran die. Otherwise, wouldn't he be in vain? Although Leng Yanran was surrounded by a barrier that looked like a defensive formation, Master Luo Wu didn't care. This kind of portable formation, whether it is carved in the magic weapon or contained in the formation plate, is probably just a yellow-level formation. Its main function is to conceal the aura, so that they cannot see its true realm. It confuses everyone. And he is a powerful person in the Nirvana realm, he can break it with just one strike. If you see that trash Zhang Tianza on the road to hell, remember to tell him, I was really blind to train him to be the chief. Luo Tian's big hand seal. Master Luo Wu had a sarcastic look on his face, and with a wave of his hand, he used his Luo Tian sect's top-grade magical power. At the same time, he was still secretly on guard against the sudden appearance of the mysterious strong man for a sneak attack. When used in the hands of his Nirvana realm, it is much stronger than the three elders of the Guishu realm in the Moro kingdom. A palm print that covered the sky appeared, exuding a terrifying pressure that made many monks hundreds of miles away feel their scalps numb and couldn't help but want to run away. Even a mountain peak can only be turned into rubble under this palm. Terrible. Is this the great power of the Nirvana realm? 100 miles away, even a poor man can feel the terrifying pressure contained in that palm print. Hey, this Leng Yanran is dead. Even if the mysterious strong man takes action now, it will be too late to save her. It's just a pity that this picture makes people excited just by looking at it. The monks who were watching all felt a pang of regret in their hearts. Many of them were even monks who had been moved by Leng Yanran's beauty. They couldn't bear to see such a beauty disappear, so they turned away sadly. Chapter 030 A Heavenly Magic Weapon. Leng Yanran takes action. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Leng Yanran faced the terrifying Luo Tian's big handprint, but she stood motionless and looked at Luo Tianzong with cold eyes. It was as if he was frightened by the terrifying pressure and lost the ability to escape. Many monks who were watching couldn't help but sigh when they saw this scene. Leng Yanran's end was already doomed. Even ordinary Nirvana realm experts would not dare to resist this palm, let alone Leng Yanran who was only in the Tongxuan realm. I'm afraid it will be shot into pieces later, and even the complete body will not be found. The power of the sect master. Even those in the Tongxuan realm dare to attack our Luo Tian sect. They don't know whether to live or die. Being able to see the sect leader display the sect's magical power with my own eyes is a life worth living. Many disciples of the Luo Tian sect also suddenly had their eyes lit up, as if they had seen the sect leader's victory. There are even many disciples who have gained some insights from the magical powers that Master Luo Wu personally used, and they are even more excited. After today, they will practice in seclusion for a period of time, and then they will be able to take a step forward in their cultivation. Not only the disciples, but also many elders were also staring closely at the Luo Tian Grand Madra performed by the sect leader. Even the strong men in their return to ruins realm couldn't help but feel a little bit in their hearts after watching the sect leader personally take action. This kind of opportunity is not easy to come across. After all, it is one of the 4 major sects in the Northern Territory. As the sect leader, Jinren Luo Wu rarely takes action, and has never even taken action in front of others in the past 10 years. TSK, this guy's cultivation has improved a lot. But it doesn't matter. After this secret realm, our Jinding sect will completely surpass the other 3 sects and become the well-deserved #1 sect in the Northern Territory. After Master Yang Chun saw the power of that move, he couldn't help but squint his eyes slightly, feeling a sense of crisis. Even if he were to deal with Master Luo Wu's move, he would never be able to resist it forcefully. As for Leng Yanran, who is in the Tongxuan realm, she will definitely die. At the same time, Master Yang Chun spread his spiritual consciousness as much as possible, and was always on guard against the mysterious strong man who might take action. Luo Tian's big handprint finally landed on Leng Yanran. No, to be precise, it was on the barrier in front of Leng Yanran. No one had the slightest illusion about the barrier, feeling that it could not be blocked even for a moment. Boom! Buzz! First, there was a loud noise, which shocked many disciples in the Luo Tian sect square. They couldn't help but cover their ears, and their eardrums were almost broken by the terrifying aftermath. But just when everyone looked intently to see how miserable Leng Yanran's death would be, they were all dumbfounded. Everyone's eyes were wide open and they could fit an ostrich egg in their mouths. This is impossible. I must be dreaming. Yes, I must be dreaming. Why is that Leng Yanran not injured at all? Leng Yanran was still looking at Jinren Luo Wu with an indifferent expression. The moment the barrier in front of her touched Luo Tian's handprint, countless golden inscriptions lit up, completely absorbing all the power of that blow. Offset and disperse. This scene is obviously something that no one can understand. Not only many casual cultivators, Luo Tian's sect disciples and even elders could not understand. Even Master Luo Wu himself was a little dumbfounded. His palm was a full blow without any hesitation. How terrifying the power is, he knows better than anyone else. But it was completely absorbed by that barrier. No, this is not a formation, this is a defensive magic weapon above the heaven level. I didn't expect that the person behind you would be willing to hand over the extremely precious heaven-level defensive magic weapon to you. But the spiritual power required to activate the magic weapon is not something that you, the Tongxuan realm, can support. As long as I kill you, this magic weapon will belong to my sect master. Master Luo Wu was stunned for a moment, thinking about countless possibilities in his mind, and finally his eyes lit up and he figured everything out. There is only one possibility that can have such an effect, and that is a heaven-level magic weapon. Apart from this, he couldn't think of any other possible existence. But if you want to activate the heaven-level magic weapon, the spiritual power you need to consume is extremely huge. Leng Yanran, a monk in the Tongxuan realm, probably wouldn't be able to activate it a few times. As long as he attacks a few more times, his spiritual power will be exhausted, and then the magic weapon will be his. When he thought of this, Master Luo Wu couldn't help but reveal a sinister smile. Originally, they thought that without their chief disciple and no chance to compete for the resources in the secret realm, their Luo Tian sect would fall behind by 200 years. But if you can get a heaven-level magic weapon, it will be completely different. When the time comes, with the help of heaven-level magic weapons, he can still make Luo Tian's sect become the #1 sect in the Northern Territory, and he himself will also become the most powerful person in the Northern Territory. Speaking of all this, I have to thank that mysterious man for being so generous. Hiss. I see. I didn't expect that Leng Yanran actually possesses a heaven-level magic weapon. It seems that in our northern region, there has never been such a precious thing as a heaven-level magic weapon. Even the 4 major sects can only produce earth-level magic weapons at most. Today is an eye-opener. After hearing Master Luo Wu's words, everyone suddenly showed an expression of enlightenment, but in Leng Yanran's eyes, this scene felt like she was looking at a group of fools with missing brain stems. If they knew that the extremely precious heaven-level magic weapon they talked about was just a portable defense array made by the master, I don't know what they would think. But none of this matters anymore, because after today, these people will never have the chance to be stupid or surprised again. Seeing that Master Luo Wu looked confident and wanted to continue taking action, Leng Yanran also made a move. Leng Yanran tapped the storage bag on her waist, and a jade pendant appeared in her hand. Is it a jade slip that stores magical powers? She actually wants to use such things to go against Luo Tianzong. I really don't know whether to praise her for being cute or call her stupid. Everyone burst into laughter when they saw this scene, but there was only one person whose eyes suddenly became excited. Cold War had seen with his own eyes what terrifying power the jade pendant held by Leng Yanran could exert. But then, Cold War's face froze in place again. Even though the blow was extremely powerful, a sect as big as Luo Tian's sect still had a large formation to protect the sect. I'm afraid it can't be solved with just a jade pendant, right? Don't worry, I won't kill you first. I want you to watch the entire Luo Tian sect collapse before your eyes, and leave you as the last one to accompany them. You are spreading rumors about Master, you are a disgusting ant that ruins Master's reputation. Leng Yanran held the jade pendant in her hand and glanced coldly at Master Luo Wu. Seeing that he was a little wary, she simply told him openly that this attack would not hit him. He gently raised his wrist and threw the jade pendant in the direction of Luo Tian's sect protecting formation. Buzz!